Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the City Council chambers at the City of Fullerton, long the home of Hall of Famer, esteemed manager, beloved resident Tommy Lasorda and his wife Jo Lasorda. They lived for nearly 6 decades in our city, so we're proud to call Fullerton his hometown. And we're so proud to name him as a resident of Fullerton, and certainly Tolo being the home and the birthplace of his father Sabatino and his mother Carmelo. We're celebrating all Italian-American families in our country today with this sister city relationship, which we will have a virtual signing.
Mayor from Tolo, great to meet you, and I look forward to visiting your beautiful town in the future, and also to all the members, the audience, the former Dodgers, and the community members who came out here. Thank you for coming out here and paying tribute to our new sister city and to the Mr. Tommy Lasorda.
I want to welcome everybody to Fullerton and thank you all for coming out. We're very excited about the events that we have planned today and the opportunity that we have to celebrate Tommy's legacy here. Community meant a lot to Tommy, and he meant a lot to the community, so we're honored to be able to celebrate with you all today.
Good evening in Italy and good morning in California, in Fullerton. Thank you for this opportunity. We are very, very happy for this important ceremony, but we remember in this day also Jo Lasorda, an important person for Tommy, and we remember this important women. And thank you for Mayor Whitaker and for Roberto Angotti, and to Roberto Angotti and Michael Oates. Thank you for this important opportunity and emotional moment.
We look forward to many years of warm and mutual benefits from that association. And it is with pride and gratitude that we are happy to accept the twinning, as you refer to it, of our two cities. Tolo, like all of us, is very, very big on baseball. Tolo is known for many other things as well, olives and wine, and a key leg on the Tour of Italy, the famous cycle race.
Questa è la lettera. Grazie
And Mayor, I have signed our copy of the covenant, signifying on behalf of the Fullerton City Council and all 140,000 plus residents of our city, the willingness to join in this sister city relationship. And may I add, we have a gift for you here. This is a baseball bat manufactured by Trinity Bat Company, which is here in our city of Fullerton. They make many, many bats for professional baseball players throughout our country. And this is identified as Tolo, Italy, Fullerton, California, Sister Cities 2021 Trinity Bat Company.
Hai capito? Va bene? Hai visto il regalo?
Sì, grazie.
Ecco,
Anche noi faremo
la mazza di baseball con il nome della città e tutto quanto per voi.
Grazie,
È uno
sì.
dei tanti regali che eventualmente ci saranno.
Mayor, I don't think they're going to let me bring that on board, so I must check it in.
Dice, non sa se glielo fanno portare sull'aereo.
Sì.
Thanks for assembling out here to be able to have our ceremonial planting of this Italian olive tree in honor of our new sister city, Tolo, Italy. We do share that abundant sunshine as they do on the Adriatic coast, halfway down the boot in Italy. This will be a cementing of our sister city relationship as we have done earlier with Morelia, Mexico, with Yongin, South Korea, and Fukui, Japan.
1, 2, 3, go.
Longtime residents of our city of Fullerton, Tommy Lasorda and Joe Lasorda, raised their family here. We're very proud to claim them as residents of our city and for Fullerton to be their hometown. We are met here this morning by so many members and names. Dodger royalty is here with us this morning, and this was planned originally prior to Joe's passing to be a very upbeat and positive event. And that's the way that Tommy always was, and that's the way that we'd like to carry on. We extend our deepest condolences in all sincereness to the Lasorda family. We have a proud baseball tradition and history in this city. This ballpark, many people aren't familiar with the history here, but back circa late 30s and early 40s, this field was used as part of Pacific Coast League minor league baseball. There are so many notables who played here at one time or another, including Satchel Paige, Babe Ruth, and even Tommy Lasorda. I'd also like to call your attention to the seats here. These are seats from the old Dodger Stadium prior to a renovation. So many elements, including our sister city arrangement with Tolo, Italy, have dovetailed together for this moment. We're joined here by important individuals, but none more important this morning than Laura Lasorda and Emily Lasorda. And I'd like to, as I said, in the interest of moving along, invite Mike Sosha up here, Team USA manager, star player for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and longtime manager of the Angels.
It's a pleasure to be with you this morning on a great event to honor a guy that was so influential in so many of our lives. I first met Tommy in 1976, and Tommy was in to play he was third base coach with the Dodgers to play the Phillies. I had been drafted by the Dodgers, but I was going to go to school until Tommy Lasorda picked me up one day, worked me out, and the next day I was signing with the Dodgers. It didn't take me long to figure out how special Tommy was. Not only going through the minor leagues, but playing for him in the major leagues. Tommy was the most competitive person I have ever met in my life. For all of Tommy's accolades, and he meant so much to all of us over the years, we all knew who the rock of the Lasorda family was, and that was Joe Lasorda. And with a heavy heart today, as she passed away a couple days ago, we can take solace in the fact that her and Tommy are up there smiling, dancing, and looking down on us and saying, what a great event. And I never thought I'd say this again, but go Dodgers.
I remember watching him as a little boy, and he was the third base coach at the time for the Dodgers. And we'd watch him on TV. I was in San Diego. And I remember the thing that struck me is this guy, when somebody would come to slide into third, he'd be laying on the ground, flopping around, telling the guy to get down. And as a little kid, I never forgot that. You fast forward, 20 some odd years, and I have an opportunity to meet this man, to play for the Los Angeles Dodgers. I got to know him a lot better off the baseball field, and that's where I think, people don't realize the impression that he made, the people that he touched. We're at Game 6 of the World Series. The Dodgers are about to win the thing. And we're sitting in a suite. It's at Ranger Stadium, and it's an outdoor arena. People can come up. They recognize Tommy, and there's this guy. He's going, Tommy, Tommy, Tommy. I'm thinking, okay, this is, some guy that's going to want an autograph and, say that he saw Tommy. He says, Tommy, I got to tell you, when I was a little kid, I wrote you a letter and told you that my mom had just passed. And you wrote me back and told me that it was going to be okay and that I was going to have my mom as an angel in heaven watching over me. This is something that Tommy took the time many years ago to write a letter, and just the impact that he had on this gentleman. There's 1,000 different stories like that. And that's how I choose to remember Tommy. Forever grateful that I was able to cross paths with Tommy Lasorda.
One of the things that I remember the most about Tommy, one of the most important things in my life was on a Friday before Mother's Day, and I lost my mother. And I flew to San Antonio, Texas. Tommy had heard about it and called Steve Brenner and told Brenner, find Jim Hill. And for those of you who know Steve Brenner who's here, you know how he talks.
Well, Tommy, I don't know how to find him. Where is he going to be?
Tommy said in his own language, Steve, find him. I was in my room 5 minutes. The phone rang. It was Tommy Lasorda. He said, Jimmy, just want to let you know, if you need me for anything, I'm right here for you, and we love you. And he hung up. It reminds me of a saying that was in the Green Bay Packer locker room when I was playing there. And it reminds me of Tommy when he said, I believe in God and human decency. And I firmly believe that any man's finest hour to total fulfillment to all that he holds dear is that moment he lies on the field of battle victorious, yet a winner. He'll always be in my heart. He'll always be in everyone's heart here. And it was Tommy Lasorda that taught me how to keep the faith. Thank you.
Tommy really touched people worldwide. And one thing when we were on a road trip and playing at San Francisco and Candlestick Park, Tommy wanted to go to a hospital. He'd gotten a letter from a family, and their son had been in a coma for the longest of times. So we went to the hospital, and Tommy went into the room and preached to the young man who was a baseball player, and promised him that he would be our bat boy if he came out of the coma. And sure enough, the next year at Candlestick Park, there was a young man as our bat boy. So Tommy touched many lives, and he was a special man.
Good morning, everybody. And Laura, our heart is with you, and Emily. Unbelievable parents. Joe and Tommy were pretty special, and Joe always seemed to put Tommy in front and let him shine. And yet she was the one that shined too. After Don passed away, Tommy would always tell our children how he roomed with Don in Montreal. And so those stories have really imprinted their hearts and the relationship they had. One year I went to Dodgertown with Don, and they had the adult camp, and they have courts there at Vero Beach. And so Tommy came over to come play basketball against me. He is, again, very competitive. I was knocked down a few times, and I think I threw a few elbows at him. But he never stopped playing, and he didn't give anybody a chance. But the one word is believe, and he made people believe in themselves. And as Eric said, that he touched so many people's lives that you didn't know that he would raise money for the nuns in Tennessee. He was going to a hospital and talking to a child saying, we're going to hit a home run for you. And he made things come true. And he definitely was an angel here on earth, as Joe was.
It's overwhelming to feel the support and love that both Tommy and Joe had for their community, and seeing the community give it back is really amazing. And I know Tommy's stories of him and my dad's relationship was always really heartwarming for me as a child, and he was always very present in my life in that way, and I'm very, very grateful for him and for Laura.
You couldn't help but keep your eyes off him when he was rushing the mound as a manager, or as Eric Carroll said, at their base, waving somebody in, telling them to slide. So with that, it's really an honor to be here to celebrate his life, to celebrate his legacy, and we will always connect Fullerton with Tommy Lasorda, the Lasorda family.
Very excited to be celebrating this evening with the first annual Tommy Lasorda Classic. I think we're going to have about 6 baseball games later this evening to be able to celebrate this special day with the community, and also to help ensure that Tommy's legacy lives on through Fullerton and through baseball here in the community. Community meant a lot to Tommy, and Tommy meant a lot to the community. Anytime we went to those Dodger games, it was always great to see a contentious play and to see Tommy explode up the dugout steps and onto the field. It's really something. So we're very honored to be able to celebrate Tommy Lasorda Day today and every September 22nd going forward. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Paulette Chafee, Ambassador for the 4th District Supervisor Doug Chafee, my husband. I want to thank you for coming out this morning to honor Tommy Lasorda, and in order to honor him and his family, we have now a sister city relationship between the city of Fullerton and Tolo, Italy, which was signed this morning. That's where Tommy Lasorda's parents were from. And to commemorate this day, we have a proclamation to give to the city of Fullerton. Thank you all for coming out.
Thank you.
Good morning, Dodger fans. We are so happy to be here, the home of Tommy Lasorda and his family. Some of you may not know that he lived just on South Fullerton here, very close to Nicholas Junior High. And personally, I went to that school, and one of the things that I'm sure the family knows, he would often come to that school and speak to the students in 1976, but even more, he gave tickets to one of the teachers there, Jim Slothauer, and Jim Slothauer would take a car full of students, myself included, to the Dodger Stadium. And I've been really proud to lead the effort to name a Tommy Lasorda highway. You can see the sign down here. We hope to have that worked out with Caltrans and the Los Angeles City Council, and of course the family of Tommy Lasorda to identify the exact space that we can put this highway sign up to welcome people and to honor Tommy Lasorda. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and members of the City Council, to our Assembly member as well as our supervisors. Great to be here on behalf of the City of Los Angeles. I stand before you as a proud Italian American representing the City of Los Angeles, home in San Pedro, home of the largest Italian American community in the greater Los Angeles area. We all have amazing stories of Tommy Lasorda. But let's recognize Joe Lasorda. May God bless her. What an incredible spouse. 70 years married. Yes, let's actually give her a round of applause and actually get on her feet for Joe Lasorda, because the sacrifices Joe made while Tommy was away, road trips and the demands of his schedule. May God bless her, and may she rest in peace, and may perpetual light shine upon her. I'll never forget when my dad took me to our first Dodger game. It was $3.50, right field pavilion, second row. When Tommy came out, he had to argue with an umpire, and he turned to me and said, "Son, that's Tommy Lasorda." And I built a relationship with Tommy over the years, and he was the first Dodger to endorse me. And he said, "I'm endorsing you, Joe Buscaino, not because you're Italian, but because I'm Italian." Tommy has been the fabric of our city of Los Angeles, and happy to be here, Mr. Mayor and representatives here. So Laura, we love you. We honor you and your family, and also the sacrifices you and your family have made. And we're going to do all we can to recognize Tommy and Joe. As long as we are here, they will never be forgotten. Thank you. May God bless Tommy and Joe.
I really appreciate everyone coming out to go ahead and pay tribute to the late and great Tommy Lasorda and Joe Lasorda. Tommy Lasorda was heralded in Tolo, Italy. They had a parade for Tommy Lasorda when he visited his parents' hometown, and they named their team the Tommy Dodgers. I felt it was necessary to bridge the gap across the Atlantic as a proud Italian American to bring the fruits of the labor of Fullerton with Tolo, Italy, and create a cultural exchange with athletes and students, softball and baseball players, so that we can really show America and Italy how both societies could enjoy what each can offer. I welcome you to experience the Italian-American baseball family. We're going to be showing it in the courtyard here in the community center. The movie is dedicated to the legacy of Tommy Lasorda. He was a role model for me as an Italian-American. 4 National League championship titles and 2 World Series championships. He made me believe. Long live the legacy of Tommy Lasorda. Amen.
Thank you, Mayor Whitaker, and everyone that's been involved in this lovely, lovely celebration today. I'm here because my parents have paved a way for me, and I've reaped the benefits of all of their hard work. So I am here to say thank you so much for loving my family the way you all do. Thanks so much.
I'd like to present to you declaring September 22nd, 2021 as Tommy Lasorda Day in Fullerton. And there are many notable achievements by Tommy, which are all listed here. And we are just so proud to have had you as neighbors.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Yes. Okay. I want to thank everyone for coming out here to help us pay honor to this fine Italian-American family. Thank you.